Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Gianna, and we're back with another story time. So, I apologize on how I look. Just woke up. This is the only time I can actually film is when I just wake up. So, if you can't tell by the title, it is my best girl friend fell in love with me. And so the background of this is her and I were in a group project together in one of our classes like a year and a half ago. And we would hang out like all the time. We got really close. We would tell each other everything, do like almost everything together, hang out 24/7, like all this stuff. And it got to a point on where every single time I would talk about a guy, if it was something that she didn't like, she would get really defensive about it. And now it makes sense. But it didn't before. So I was like, okay, what is going on? It's a little sketchy. I don't understand what's going on. And so what happened was I was seeing this guy, which I knew it wasn't good for me. And every single time that I would talk about him, every single time that I would like tell her that like we went out or we hung out or something of that sort, she would physically hit me. And I would tell her all the time, like, you hit me one more time, and I promise you I will hit you back. It's going to be 10 times harder. Like, no, you don't hit me. And it was weird because, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, girl, I'm going to hit you. But they're just saying it. They're not actually going to do it. This bitch actually fucking did. Every single time. And she's like, oh, I don't hit you hard enough because I know you're going to hit back. Then don't hit me, period. So all this stuff happens, and then I hook her up with my friend. Let's call him Rob. So I hooked her up with Rob. And her name, we're going to say Emily. So, Emily. So Emily and Rob start dating for, I want to say, a good year and a half. And every single time they would have an issue, I would be the mediator. Why? Don't know. But so then it kind of got weird. And then she was getting really, really distant with him. And I would always ask, like, why are you being distant with him? And I've been friends with Rob a lot longer than I've been friends with Emily. So after all the shit that I got told, I was like, alright, let me find out if this is true. And then I'm hearing two different sides of the story. And all of a sudden, like, they are having problems, all the stuff. And she was like, hey, can I stay the night at your place? I was like, yeah, sure. We're going to go out tonight. It's not a big deal. But beforehand, I had to go to class. And so she was like, hey, I will go to class with you. I was like, okay. So I was chilling in class. She was bored. And she's like, I'll write you a letter. Like, okay, sure. Write me a letter. I really don't care. So then she gives me the letter. I don't read it whatsoever. I was like, oh, thank you. And I put it on my desk. A few months passed. And her and I weren't as close as we thought we were. And it was just weird. Like, every single time I would talk about a guy, like, she would get angry. It was really, really weird. And then she would always say, like, oh, no, guys, good enough for you, blah, blah, you need to find somebody better, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Like, yeah, it's a friend saying it, whatever. Then a few months pass, and I'm cleaning out my apartment to move somewhere else. And my mom finds the letter. And she was like, did you read this letter? I was like, no, she gave it to me. I just put it aside, said thank you, and that was about it. What is it? I took a picture of the letter because I deleted, or I threw away the letter. It's a love letter, which I didn't know until my mom decided to read it. Then she decided to show my dad. And then all my roommates found out. And then I had to show it to Rob because this made so much sense. So I'm going to read you the letter. So it says, Gianna, you are the most beautiful girl I have ever met. I have never met anybody like you. I wish I could spend every day with you. I would stare at you like you stare at this professor. Okay, there's a professor that I had for finance. Such a gorgeous professor. He is literally the main reason why I showed up to class. So gorgeous. I would bring you pizza and ice cream every day. I would do a better job than this. I would do a better job than this guy. So I was dating some dude and whatever. She's like, you definitely get an A from me. Can't wait for that private tutoring, which is creepy. Now's a good time to tell you I love you. Yeah. There's a lot of terms for you. Terms for you, haha. He's lucky, he's pretty, because you wouldn't come to this class. But you're pretty and you're smart, and I would always come to class to see you. You're not just pretty, though. You're amazing overall. You're smart, sassy, and caring. You're the most perfect girl there ever was. If I could, I would make sure you're never single again. I could love you more than 10 guys. She signed it always. After I read this, she was supposed to help me move out of my apartment. I decided against that. She messaged me and I told her, I was like, oh no thanks. Like, thanks for the offer. I have my best friend. I have my parents. It's fine. I'm like, thank you though. I had no idea what to say to that. Like, what? I didn't give her any indication of that I swung that way. Anyway, hell no. But that happened, and I didn't know really how to react, so I kind of cut her out. And I didn't want to confront her about the letter because it was a few months prior. And I don't even think she knew that I didn't read it or what was going on. But honestly, it was just baffling. I was like, what? I mean, it's a compliment, but at the same time, it's weird. It's really, really weird. And she continued to message me. She continued to invite me to Disneyland, like all this stuff. And I was like, I'm sorry, but no. I can't be around you and act like everything's fine when I know you're in love with me. How am I supposed to act? Like, I couldn't. I didn't know what to do. And I still don't know what to do. So, honestly, when I moved back home, I took her off of everything. I haven't spoke to her. There isn't anything for me to say to her. I mean, I'm not going to confront her about this. And plus, she was getting mad at me for every little thing, and our relationship wasn't healthy. And then each time when I would try to like reach out, she would bail on me. So I was like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm moving away anyway. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, still reading that makes me feel really uncomfortable. Because it was a really, really interesting situation. I don't know, it was just weird. And when I told Rob, he was like, damn. And he was like, that makes perfect sense. I was like, why? He was like, yeah, she talked about you a lot. Like, a lot. I was like, more than, like, how a friend should talk? He's like, yeah, a lot. Oh, okay. Well, I know this isn't one of my very verbal videos because I didn't know how to make this video. And I'm just overall in shock after reading that again. But I hope you guys enjoy. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.